Dioses y diosas en ascenso, grand rising gods and goddesses. We are on the 37th saga of Intimate with TomBoi. And I just want to say gracias to everyone that's rocking with me every week, that's checking it out, spreading the word about it. Stay until the end, because I know that's a hard part. Look, dumb attention spans. Let's be honest, y'all got. Look, I think 5-year-olds got spans nowadays. Some of y'all grown folks. So if you send 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or whatever, and you are listening to what I have to say, kudos to you. Because I know some of y'all just probably listen to maybe a minute or two, and y'all turn it off. But for the ones of y'all that's really just sitting down and listening to the whole thing, kudos, appreciate, love y'all rocking with me, especially to the 37th saga. And like I said, we're trying to get to that goal of 50, and even further down the line, let's hit 100, but we're gonna definitely get close to that first goal. So we made it to saga 37. So I appreciate, love y'all coming through every week. In today's subject, we're gonna talk about liars. We're gonna talk about liars. Now, we're going to talk about honest folks too. So is you a lying hoe or an honest hoe? Any of y'all that watch Harlem Nights, y'all know how funny this is. R.I.P. to a lot of those comedians in there. Della Reese, look. She said she has some honest hoes in it. Look, you had to watch that movie. If you had older siblings that put you on that, look, that movie right there is a classic. It is definitely something. So you know what I mean when I say that you are honest hoe or lying hoe. But we definitely are going to be talking about liars, my perception on liars. But I'm also going to get into my sign a little bit. If any of y'all don't know, I am a Cancerian. But now, just because I'm a Cancerian, don't mean that I am emotional, because I know y'all love to call cancers emotional, crybaby thugs, and all of that. Now, if y'all go even further into it, for you spiritual people or people that maybe study astrology, I have a Libra moon and a Virgo rising, so that also dictates my personality. So even though my sun is Cancer, I have a Libra moon, which is an air sign, and I have a Virgo rising, which is an earth sign. So all of those things dictate my personality, and I'm just giving y'all the basics because to break down the houses and what house is this and this and this and this. And my 8th house happens to be in Aries. So if you know anything about this, I'm kind of giving y'all a little jewels on my personality. And then my bad side, my Lilith, for all that, what y'all want to know is Gemini. If y'all know anything about Geminis, y'all see how K-Dot did Drake. I ain't got to say no more about that. But we gonna get into this thing, alright? We are on the 37th saga of Intimate with TomBoi. So we just about to just jump right in it, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So, let's talk about liars and honest folk. Now, I don't believe nobody's 100% of anything. An honest person has lied before. A liar has been honest before. It's just, what do you do more? You get what I'm saying? Because as an honest person, if you're lying, what are you lying for? Are you lying to protect yourself? Because sometimes you do have to lie to protect yourself. Now, if you get pulled over by police, the blues, 5-0, is we say if you Puerto Rican, we call them agua. That's the little slang term. Yeah, y'all thinking water. But hey, what color they wear? Blue. What color is the water? Yeah, so basically, to sum it all up, and then police pull you over and they say you was doing 80 in a 65. Now, is you gonna sit there and be like, I was? Hell no. Everybody gonna be like, I ain't even notice. You sure? You gonna do anything to get up out of that ticket. You know what I'm saying? And that's just one example, of course, you know. And sometimes people just, you know, they lie to protect themselves, they protect them identities, protect anything, you know. And that's what they call what, little white lies or something like that. But you know, if it's a valid reason, it's respectable. But if it's invalid, it's never respectable. And this is where liars have issues because they lie about everything. And then when they're honest, it's hard for people to fuck with them because they lie so much. You know what I'm saying? So if they got that little bit of honesty, people don't even want to hear because they lie so much. You know, and then with an honest person, if they lie, it's kind of shocking because they primarily are honest person. So nobody's 100% of anything, but you know, we all can be liars. Have I lied before? Of course I've lied before. If I lied before, I've lied because, you know, maybe I thought I didn't know if the person can handle something right. Because like I said, the truth is a double-edged sword. It hurts going in and coming out. Y'all know what I'm saying. And some people can't handle the truth, you know. You know, but for the most part, I try to be honest because I don't like people lying to me. That is a pet peeve of mine, especially if I'm being real with you. So, majority, I would say probably about 85% of me is truthful. It's truthful. You know, and it's because I don't like people to lie to me. And if I ask you for the truth, tell me the truth. Why? Because it's going to change my whole perception of you. And it's going to put a wedge between us. And it's going to be really hard for you to come back from that with me. And so, if anything, you know, not unless it's something like it's minor that you're lying about. I don't care about minor things. But if it's something major and serious, or I feel like it's going to put me in a predicament, yeah, we got that problem. Now, people feel like because I'm a Cancer that I'm emotional and I might not want to hear that truth and I'm going to cry. Look, if you get me to cry over anything, look, I'm not going to cry over the truth. I'm not going to cry over that. If anything, I'm going to respect it. It's like I said, I want you to be 1,000 with me like I'm being 1,000 with you. You know, as I said, 1,000. You know, 100 is cool without keeping 1,000. You feel me? So, the thing about it is, no, a lot of Cancers, we want to hear y'all tell us the truth because we want to be honest with you. And like I said, and if I'm lying about anything, it's more so for my protection. And nowadays, you have to lie about certain things because the way the internet is set up, when people know certain information about you, they can steal your identity. They can go find out where you live. They can just do all kind of stalkerish, bogus stuff, expose you of things, you know, a lot of bullying and stuff, you know, nowadays. So, you know, I know if people lie about minor things or whatever, who they are and stuff like that, or, you know, certain stuff like the age or I get it. The internet is a motherfucker. It is. It's a motherfucker. You know, and so you got to protect yourself. And you know, I would never trip on nobody if they lied to me about that because I understand, overstand, and understand. You have to protect yourself because there's a lot of predators out there, and sometimes people that you know will still come for you. Sometimes people that you thought you loved or thought loved you will come for you. So sometimes you have to hide things or you have to lie about things to protect yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. So let me talk about myself as a Cancer and what I do if I'm trying to figure out something. And I want to see if you're going to be honest with me and tell me the truth or if you're going to lie to me. So now the question is, are you going to be an honest hoe or are you going to be a lying hoe? All right. So we're going to get up into that. And I'm going to tell you this because I have to say this. And this is facts. If I ask you something, because a lot of people don't understand, this is the thing about Cancer series, at least I know about with me, right? If I'm asking you something and it feels like I'm trying to get the truth out of you, just know this. I have already investigated. Meaning I have the proof. I don't seen it. And I want to see if you're going to be honest with me. Okay? I have the proof. I have investigated. I don't seen it. So I want to see if you're going to be honest with me. Maybe I need to say that a third time, okay? For the people in the back that didn't hear me the first 2 times. If I'm asking you a question, I have the proof. Keyword, I have the proof. Meaning I don't did the research, I don't did the investigation, I don't talk to folks, I don't did all that, and I don't seen it with my own eyes. So now I want to see, are you going to be honest with me? Now I'm not going to embarrass you. I'm going to take you to the side. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be real sincere with you. And I'm going to, and I'm going to ask you the question, whatever the question may be. Right? And so when I ask you the question, I'm going to be like, now tell me the truth. Or I could approach you with the question and you might know what I'm going to talk about. And so I'm like, I want to ask you something, but I don't know if I want to hear it, but I need to hear it. That's something. Now, if you basically come at me and you pretty much tell me the question I'm going to ask, that means you know. All right. So that means you're trying to secure my mind, right? You're trying to secure my mind. But see, what you don't know is, like I said before, I don't investigate it. I don't see the proof. So I already know. So I just need you to tell me the truth. I'm not going to be hurt because I want that honesty from you. So now the question is asked, right? Then you lied to me, right? So now I'm like, you know what? Okay. You know what? Are you sure? So I'm going to ask again in another way. Are you sure? If you lie to me again, now I'm going to ask the question a different way. But it's still going to lead back to the subject of the matter or the first question. It's just going to be asked in a different way. And if you lie to me again, after I ask it another way, and you try to come up with some excuse or whatever, tell me this. Now, look, I'm not being possessive of you. I'm not trying to hold you hostage. I'm not trying to do nothing. I just wanted to see if you were going to be honest with me. And I ain't going to say a damn thing to you. I'm going to be like, all right. And I'm going to say something off the wall. And when I say I'm going to say something off the wall, I'm going to go into my Cancerian mode. Meaning, I'm going to say, well, look, if anything goes wrong, just know I'm going to handle some shit. So I'm going to sound very aggressive. And you're going to be looking like, damn. But the thing is, even when I'm sounding aggressive, I'm almost meaning that. Depending on if I've told you that before. Right? So, you might think like, this nigga is crazy. I am crazy. I am. I can admit that. No lie. I am. But that doesn't mean that I want to possess you or anything like that. That just means that I wanted the truth out of you. And so maybe I have to take a different approach of getting the truth out of you. But since you didn't get it to me, guess what? It's okay. I know where we stand and I know how to treat you. Because I know you'll lie to me, not knowing what I know. And that's the thing about it. I said I already investigated, had the proof, and I seen the proof. But you don't know it. So you figured that you are trying to butter me up, or you figure you're sparing my feelings. But you're actually making things worse between you and I. You really have, because now, when I had the utmost respect for you, I know who you are. Because guess what? You just showed me who you are. You just showed me who you are. What's the saying? When somebody shows you who they are, you believe them. You get me? And so now I lost a lot of respect for you. You know what I'm saying? Because now I don't know if you can be loyal to me. None of that. A lot of stuff. So I lost a lot of respect for you. And for me, now that's where I might say where y'all could be right on emotional. Right? It makes me sad. Because I really want to see the best side of people. You know what I'm saying? And what'll make it even worse is if you come back later and try to reassure me that you are telling the truth. Oh, that makes it worse, right? Because if you're trying to reassure me or whatever, that means you're trying to make sure there's no way impossible that I believe that you are lying. Somebody trying to get me, y'all. You see, they be, man, anytime I do this intimate, they be on it. But back to the subject. That means that you're trying to reassure and make sure I do not know that you are lying, meaning you are keeping a secret from me that you don't want me to know, right? So now that's why I said, where's the trust is gone and everything is gone, right? Now, this is what I hate about reassurance, and I'm gonna give y'all a small brief story about with me and my ex-wife. I said this on One Intimate with TomBoi, but I'm gonna say this. When I caught my ex-wife up in some stuff, she didn't know I had the proof and I knew everything, right? And so what happened was she tried to come back later to try to reassure me on the situation, right? She tried to come back later and tried to reassure me, even though I knew the truth and I knew she was lying and she was full of shit. And so it put me in a predicament. It put me in a situation, and it put me in a character that I shouldn't have to be in, because I don't like to go into characters. Because look, you're gonna get these type of characters out of me. Remember, my sign is ruled by the moon, meaning my personality can change according to how the moon changes its face. Do you really want to see which moon you gonna get? You get what I'm saying? So this is the thing. I am going to approach it what I feel like it makes the most sense, and I'm gonna run with that, right? And so I am going to, how can I say this? I'm gonna see if you're gonna get that truth. So I'm gonna do things. I'm gonna act a certain way to see if the truth is gonna come out. I'm gonna test the waters. And so you may think that I'm doing something because of how I treat you, or how I talk to you, or how I make you feel. And you might get confused, and you might say, thinking like to yourself, like, oh, this mug is just being a hopeless romantic or something like that, you know, and they cannot separate their feelings from me and this or whatever. Nah, it was a test. It was to see something. It was to get a reaction. So I may do something to get you to react or whatever. And you know what? Shout out to me, Hamana, because she told me to do this before. She said, look, if you feel like somebody playing with you and they playing in your face and they lying, you know what you do? You kiss that motherfucker. If they box with you, oh well, at least you know what it is. And if they don't and they react another way, you still know what it is. You know. And now I have to say this. Any of my friends that are real close to me, they know this. I'll give them hugs, and sometimes I'll give them a kiss on the cheek. All right? Because I am affectionate, you know. Now, everybody, of course, don't get it. But, you know, people that I hold dear to me may get a kiss on the cheek, especially if I feel like I'm going to miss you, right? Now, depending on the situation, what is the kiss on the cheek for? Is it to get a reaction? Like my sister told me, she said, you kiss that motherfucker and see what happens. You see how you could think? See now, I have to manipulate you. Now I have to make you think something. So you don't even know you are being tested at that moment. I don't test this shit out of you. I don't got my reaction. I don't got the rest of my proof. And I'm like, I asked that motherfucker that question. I had the proof and everything, but they didn't even know. Right? So if you try to be smooth with me and you come back later to me, you know what I'm saying? And you try to approach me and you try to make me a demon in the situation, knowing you was lying to me the whole time, now we even more have a problem, because my ex-wife did that to me, right? She was lying to me the whole time. She tried to make me seem like I was a demon. Why would you act like this? Why would you do that? That is so rude. She wanted me to even apologize about the situation, right? You get what I'm saying? And that makes it worse. And this is even worse. If I do sit there and give an apology, even though I know you are in the wrong, and you still try to demonize me in the situation and tell me I'm wrong when you know you on some fuck shit? Oh man, you know how hard it is for you to come back from that. Now this is the thing, I'm gonna always have love for you, but my respect and loyalty is gone for you. And so eventually I can get past it. Eventually I can forgive you for it. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta let it go or whatever. But we'll never have the same bond. We'll never have the same friendship. We'll never have that again. Because you showed me who you were. You showed me what you were capable of. And I have to believe it. Because one thing you didn't know, and I say it again, I already investigated. I have the proof, and I seen the proof. So when I asked you for the truth, you should have told me. But when you lied to me, you did everything to try to think you were easing my mind and try to convince me that you were telling the truth. You lost me. You know what I'm saying? And I can't respect that. And for you to then come and do the most ultimate and think that you are going to punish me because you have lied, there's no respect there. There's no respect there. Because that's trying to justify the bullshit that you are doing. You can't do that. That's wrong. Just come clean. Because guess what? Even though it's later down the line, at least just come clean. And this is the thing. And if eventually you do come clean to me, right? I'm going to tell you things like this. Say less, do you. Does that mean I cut you off? That mean I cut you off. I cut you off. And it's going to take a lot of time for me to be just on a level with you. Not even the same level, but a level with you. Again. So don't think because you think you punishing me and think that it's all good. No, I don't told you say less and do you. And when I tell you that, when I get quiet on you, it's not good. And that's one thing you don't want me to do is get quiet on you. Because we can't be cool no more. And you know I'm a firm believer in you reap what you sow. Karma. However you want to approach the situation. So once you put that energy out there and all that, it's going to come back. You got to remember that. It's going to come back. And this is the thing. You know, it don't come back the same level of how you did the other person. It comes back worse because remember, you're planting a seed and it has to harvest. And if you know anything about gardens, if anything about growing things, you know, my grandmother, I stayed in the garden with her. I watched my mother grow things when I was a child or whatever, right? When you plant something, it is a shitload of stuff that comes along with that plant. So, that one little thing you could have did is going to harvest bad. And there you go. And so, however you approach something, remember that harvest has to come. And you know you might be looking for my friendship and you might be thinking like this nigga was being real with me. And you can't get that same nigga. Like I said, I can have love for you. Whatever. I can forgive you. But you're not going to ever get the same TomBoi you had before. You have been denied access. You can only access me to a certain degree now. This was fun. I appreciate love. Y'all coming back and enjoying this 37th saga of Intimate with TomBoi. For those of y'all that have been supporting with me and rocking with me, my day ones. Like I said before, we are trying to get this thing to 50 episodes. We're on 37, so we're not that far off. We're doing pretty good, you know. Eventually see if we can get 100. As y'all can see, they want my time, man. But I want y'all to be good to one another, all right? I want y'all to love one another. Enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy your week. All right, gods and goddesses. Make sure y'all spreading love out there. Good, positive energy. But look, don't think that don't mean to not protect yourself, all right? It's because you love and light and all that stuff. Don't mean sometimes you got to go to the left side and whoop a motherfucker ass because somebody will try to test your patience now, all right? They'll try to test you, and don't let them run over you. You have to have balance. That's that Libra shit talking right now. You have to have balance, all right? So, I will see y'all next week, all right? Light, love, abundance, peace, and prosperity, gods and goddesses. Yeah. Just listen to what I gotta say. P-Gang.
Mark is on its way, boy.
A different generation, and you're looking for love. A different time. What I'm thinking of, you can't get that old school feeling, yeah. You can't get that old school vision, yeah. No loyalty, no peace, no honor in this thing. Good girls gone bad, and the bad girls are bad. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Niggas ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Niggas ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Niggas ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Niggas ain't shit but hoes and tricks. They'll lie to your face, they'll lie behind your back, then try to reassure you. What kind of shit is that? It's a doggy dog world with these doggy dog girls. It's a doggy dog world with these doggy dog girls. Everybody's playing the game, and love is not being obtained. It's all about karma, drama for your mama. It's all about karma, drama for your mama. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Niggas ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Niggas ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Niggas ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Niggas ain't shit but hoes and tricks.
What I learned in this world, it's a lot of liars out there, and you can't trust nobody. It's only a few people that's loyal and wanna find love. Just hope they don't get fucked over before they get to you, or at least hope they get healed. Cause if not, you gonna be left with a hoe and a trick. Chocolate pretty boy.